88.1 The Burg, your music central. We are here in the backyard burn. Shane Dog Peterson, and as always, you know him, you love him, Mr. Noah Annette, here again to bring you another hour of nothing but mad chats and some good tunes. Noah, how are we doing?
We're having a fantastic day, as most days are, as they can be. But
keeping that PMA, that positive mental attitude over there.
Yeah, we're trying to. It's getting cold over here, and I'm not liking it. Like it's not like it's like where it's overcast, but not the good overcast right now. It's not like the warm enough that it's fun to go outside overcast. It's really cold, so I just want to like cuddle up in blankets all day overcast.
I mean, I'll take any overcast. I'm back in California, and it's been sunny for a while, but the past 2 days it's been raining, and every time that I get a chance to, I like to go outside in a t-shirt and just stand in the rain like a fool, just because I'm like, I feel like I'm back home in Washington.
But I will absorb the rain. I'm SpongeBob.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, people are all like, yeah, usually a lot of people who move to the Pacific Northwest usually sometimes struggle with the weather and their mood and stuff. Dude, that overcast, that dark, that rainy weather that most of you all probably don't like, that throws wood in my fire. That keeps me going. I love the rain. I always grew up in hot weather. So having nice, cool weather and a little bit of overcast, that's perfect for me. But we were discussing something interesting that we have to discuss.
Yeah, we got these casinos opening up.
All these casinos just randomly, choosing to come up right as this whole pandemic's happening. What's the name of the casino and where is it located at? Right.
So it's off the freeway over on the old what is it? I-5. And so it's the Angel of the Winds. It's kind of out there near Stanwood-ish area, like on the way to Stanwood. Let's just put it that way. It's not like it's by a bunch of different places, but like that's the best way to describe it. It's in between like Stanwood and Mount Vernon, like right in between. And anyways, like it's a place that I go every now and again. But like to play games and whatnot. But when it comes down to it, I was like, okay, well, why is this place like opening up? Like that doesn't really seem that safe. And it's really the first one around here. And we have like quite a few casinos just like up the road, like there's the one in Anacortes, there's the one over in Burlington. So like there's like a bunch of small towns with casinos, right? And anyways, so when it opened up, they were at full capacity the minute it opened up, like their half capacity that they're running at. The whole parking lot was full, and the freeway in both directions was backed up so that they had to have police officers redirect traffic away from there.
That is maddening.
Yeah, it was just everywhere. Like if you like they showed like a helicopter shot on the news last night, and it literally was just like the parking lot. Every single spot was full in the parking lot, and then like it's the thing is that for it to be backed up to the freeway, it's like not like completely right off the freeway. You have to like drive back in there a little ways. So I'm saying like at least a mile of just like on the road traffic to get to the freeway.
Absolutely wild. I would be pissed.
And then the news, of course, has to just interview what like I mean the craziest people you could imagine. Someone you might call like Crazy Jim or something like that, just a wild name.
He's a part of the casino going crowd. The casino going crowd is a large, diverse, and wonderful crowd because it provides the best people watching. Oh boy, we got a call coming in.
Oh, who could it be?
Who knows? It's not my phone. I'm just here recording in the office. This is the struggles of COVID-19, everybody. The true struggles of COVID-19. But God, this is ruining everything for me. This is a real great break right here.
I got something about phones real quick. Every time our phone rings here, my internet goes out. And I don't know why, but it does.
Why can't we just have this all be over? All right. We need to get back on track. Casinos. Casinos are a wild, wild thing. I used to work for a window washing company in the Indian casino near my house. I used to go to, and let me tell you, I used to go there in the middle of the night to clean all the glass inside the restaurants. Prime people watching. If you want to go do some elaborate people watching, you go to a casino at 3 o'clock in the morning and you just look at all the people that are still hanging out, wheeling and dealing, trying to test their luck. That's the best one. And I had a new one just opened up. We opened up a new Hard Rock hotel near my house. Yeah. And it's supposed to be like the next big, concert venue place in the Sacramento region, but nope, they haven't even opened up the doors yet because they're like, yeah, no, we're not doing this business. Governor Newsom does not play any of those games, so we're just keeping the doors locked for now. So who knows? But yeah, these casinos are strange. They're popping up in the strangest of times, especially right now. And anybody who plans on going to a casino, how about you pump the brakes a little bit and play a little bit of online poker first and then test your luck there. That might be
play some virtual slots. You'll save the money.
Yeah, save the money, get the thrills, and you'll be all right. Trust me. We'll keep this all together. 88.1 The Burg, your music central. We are still in the burn, and you're kicking back with your boy, Mr. Shane Dog Peterson, and Noah Annette. And it looks like one of the GOATs is making a comeback, Noah.
Yeah. And it is Iron Mike Tyson. Ding, ding, ding.
I am one of the biggest Iron Mike Tyson fans of all time. Mike Tyson is one of the funniest characters in pop culture and in sports history. Not just funny, but also absolutely terrifying. And he is trying to make a comeback into the fighting world, folks. And he's also dipping his hands in a few other little games, including the wrestling world. Correct, Noah?
Yes, he is going to be announcing the TNT champion at Double or Nothing between Cody Rhodes and the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer. Dun, dun, dun.
The Murder Hawk Monster.
Dude, this guy is jacked, and he's got this big old long braid that's dyed red. He's been wrestling over in Japan for a while, but he came over to the States now, and his person that's helping him out is Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh,
his manager. Yeah. So it's all these people that have been in Japan are linked up with a manager that used to be a pro wrestler or is a retired person that can help coach the youth in the practice time.
That would be a smart move. I think more people are starting to try to use that same strategy in a lot of different stuff, even including in the esports world, signing some of these unique players and certain guys over to come over to the United States and figure out a way to monetize what they're doing. It's a very, very smart move. But I want to talk a little bit about some of the insanity that's been going on, because Mike Tyson, he's doing this TV announce and stuff, but a lot of people have been approaching him with fight offers, and he's been turning down some. And one that I want to point out, which is one of my favorite athletes in the world, Sonny Bill Williams, the outside center for the New Zealand All Blacks rugby team, and also a professional heavyweight boxer. I do not know his professional record, but I'm almost dead positive he's almost never lost. He is an absolute physical specimen and one of the biggest hearts and one of the biggest humanitarians in the world of rugby. And he was going to do a charity boxing match against Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson responded with, "That is disrespectful. I am not going to fight a rugby player. I'm going to fight a real fighter." And that was my best Mike Tyson impression, and I hope you guys don't get mad at me for that. But yeah, no, he's straight up. He's like, I'm not fighting him. I'm fighting a real fighter. That's what he said. And he's been putting down all these different offers. And Dana White from the UFC has made a public statement going that he's trying to encourage Tyson not to fight, which I think that he might have a good point there. CTE is all too real. And especially, you know, I don't know. The thing is, if you watch the videos of this guy, it's absolutely frightening how fast his paws are for how old he is. The dude can still throw hands like it's the 90s.
Well, yeah, he's not going to be able to outlast people anymore. Like, he's just going to have to knock you out in the first, like, 2 rounds because he'll get exhausted, you know? Like, he's not the, like, fittest guy. He's still super strong, but, like, you know, he isn't as thin as he once was, and I don't think the endurance is going to be a real strong suit of him. But I think if anyone he's going to box, it's going to be like against Evander Holyfield for like a charity fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing that you got to remember is like he's only had, you know, like around 50, 51 fights. He's finished 46 by knockout.
Yeah. So
I mean, we always, you're saying like, oh, well, you just got to, you know, he's got to get that one hit in. I mean, that's all that he's lived for is that one good hit, Because
yeah.
there's fights that I watched all 46 of his knockouts, the videos the other day. Some of his early knockouts, he would just go with a real short left jab, but since his hands and his arms were so strong, it would just cream people into the floor.
Yeah, because basically, yeah, he needs to win with the early knockout. But to give him some respect where the credit is due here, he did have some long fights.
Yes, he has had a few long fights. He has gone the distance quite a few times.
Yeah, so and I think that's really all that matters when you're talking about Mike Tyson. But he can't do that anymore. He's getting old. What is he again? Like 40 something.
I think he's in his 50s. We need to definitely fact check before we start talking about this cat. How old is Mike Tyson? He is 53 years old.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. 53. Because Evander Holyfield's 57. So I think that would be a fair matchup. I think Evander Holyfield would get knocked out. I just feel like Mike Tyson was a better power boxer and still has the strength. Also, you know, maybe he's just getting fit to do something else in his career, and boxing is just the best workout for him to get fit. Because maybe he's teasing everyone that he's going to go to box again, but he's really just trying to go to pro wrestling and fool everyone.
Well, whatever it is, I know that his net worth has definitely gone down in the past couple of years. He's acquired over $300 million throughout his whole career, and right now his net worth is only $3 million. So, I mean, he's definitely got to try to pump something up because he looks like he might be strapped for cash celebrity-wise. Not really. I mean, $3 million, you can live comfortably. But he's got all of his own ventures. He's got his own cannabis company. He's doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And I am looking forward to seeing him jump into the ring again and just completely demolish somebody's face. That's all that I want to see. I want to see somebody's face get destroyed by Tyson one more time.
Yeah, maybe he just does a fight against someone that he just absolutely knows he can beat.
Yeah, I mean, just pick out the week and just go for the easy win and call it in the name of charity. 88 won the Burg, your music central. It is your boy Shane Dog, and with me again, Noah and Net in the backyard burn. Now we have a little bit of TV coming your way by our TV expert, Mr. Noah and Net, discussing the 40th season of Survivor.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so it was 3 hours, which was a lot of time. It was for here, it was 8 o'clock till 11. And or something like that. Yeah, I think it was 8. No, it was 8 to 10. 8 to 10. But anyways, so first hour there, and the first competition happened. It was for the person that was eliminated from the game. One of the pretty much everyone on the show that had been there, except for Sandra. She was the only one that did not want to go to the extinction, and she had already won twice. She was the first person to win the game twice. So this was going to for sure be the second person to win the game twice. So then Natalie, who has been on there since day one on the show, since the first week, has been on the edge of extinction, been eliminated, gets her way back into the game. And so, like, extinction is like the worst place in the whole game. Like, you don't want to be there. And so this girl's been there the whole entire game. It's like awful. There's like no food. It's super hot out, and there's barely any shelter. It's like the worst place to be at in Survivor. It's like Survivor 2.0 is how I'd put it. So then she gets out of there after winning this like challenge where you roll the ball and like try to line it up in these slots. And she has a hidden immunity idol that she bought while she was on the extinction. So she's like coming in with some power, right? But she doesn't tell anyone she has the power. So she gets in there, and there's now 6 people in the game. And the odds are stacked against Natalie and Michelle right now. Well, Michelle wins the competition. I forget what it was. And Natalie has an immunity idol. So she plays an idol, Ben plays an idol, and Tony plays an idol. So there are 4 people that cannot be eliminated out of the 6. So then, so then Denise goes home that round. So then it goes to the next day, and Natalie finds another idol, a hidden immunity idol, and Tony wins individual immunity. So they're the immune people. So the only people that can be out are Ben and Sarah and Michelle are the 3 that can be out. So then you think, okay, the Ben and the Tony and the Sarah are all like working together. And you're like, whoa, what's going to happen there, right? Well, guess what? Sarah doesn't have a resume in the game. So Ben's like, hey, you can vote me out, and it can be a power move. So then they vote Ben out, who's like a part of their alliance, except for Tony voted for Michelle, and Ben voted for Michelle. So then Ben's out of there, which was shocking. Everyone's like, what? Why would you do this? So then it comes down to the final 4, and it's like this really hard mini challenge where you like put these balls in like this roller thing, and you basically have to put the balls in this thing so that 5 of them are in motion at the same time and never hit the ground. But you have when they drop out of the thing, and then you put them in the top. It is like the best way, and they spin around all over the place. So that part was like kind of the build up. So now you're at that, and Natalie wins the individual immunity, and there's no idols at this point. It's just individual immunity. And so then this is like the critical part of the show. So you can choose to make fire yourself against someone, or you can like put people against each other to make fire at the end of the game. So it's Tony and Sarah who are working together to make fire at the end of the game. So then Tony makes the fire, of course. So it looks like Tony, who I talked about yesterday as being able to win the game, had his chances to actually lose the game for the last couple weeks, like in this 3-hour finale. But when it came down to it, Tony won because he made fire. That was literally what swayed the votes at the end of the game for Tony to win, was him being able to make a fire that burned a piece of string.
So he became the second 2-time winner of Survivor because he was able to make a fire?
Because at the end of the game, you have to make fire. Like, you win challenges and stuff, but at
the end you have to make it. You physically just have to make a fire.
Yeah, like if you're the bottom 2, you choose who you want So like Natalie chose Michelle to go with her to final 3, but the last 2 duke it out and make fire.
Yeah, you know what? I've never been on Survivor, but I definitely know how to start a fire out of almost nothing. I'm a little bit. I messed around in the Boy Scouts a little bit. That might be a bad term to say about the Boy Scouts, but I was a scout at one point in my life. I'm pretty nature savvy, so if that's really like what they have to do when you're into the bottom 2. You just have to make a fire. I didn't know that. I'm not a Survivor fan. I've been listening this whole entire time, piecing it together, and it came down to making a fire.
That's only for the final, like the end of the game, the very, very end of the game. The other ceremonies, you just vote someone out. But that one is like the last one, and there's always a fire making competition. So like basically, it's because if the people there were they want it to be fair at the end and be like, okay, the person who deserved it makes it in. I don't really know why they don't vote on it. I think a lot of people think they're split votes, but if there was a vote in that scenario, Tony would have left, Mm-hmm. So I think they just give the final people a chance to make fire at the end. I don't really know why they do it, but that's how they do it. So anyways, Tony won $2 million, which is fantastic for him. And he's the second survivor of all time. And he basically was winning the whole game and had a bunch of minions doing his bidding. The thing I think that also won him the game was he was hiding up in a tree for most episodes, like listening to everyone's conversations. And they couldn't see him because he was in a tree.
I feel like listening to all these examples that I need to either A, watch Survivor, or B, enter in it because I think I could win. I'm an excellent tree climber. This is something that we can do.
Well, the hardest part is being able to have the social game on top of it. And if you seem like you're really strong at competing, they'll just vote you out. Or you kind of have to be like strong enough, but yet complacent enough at times. There's and you can't tell anyone anything. Every time you tell someone something, you lose. That's what I've learned from these games. Just don't tell people stuff.
That's just a life that this is a rule that you should live by. You all keep your mouth shut, don't snitch on your friends, and keep it real, G. 88 won the Burg, your music central. Back in the burn with your boy Shane, Dog, and Noah Annette. Now, last break when we were going out, we sent it into Yummy by Justin Bieber, but we came to a realization. Lately, we've been referring to Justin Bieber around the station and around the Burg as Little B. But me and Noah both realized after I said it and thought really hard, we're not talking about the bass god.
Yeah, Lil B's my guy, actually. Bass god is okay. So Lil B was kind of a meme for me, in high school, at the end of high school, probably my junior year going forward, because my friend William, he was a big bass god fan. And he was like, you know bass god? Lil B? He curses people and all this stuff, right? But who knows if these curses work or whatnot? But I will. They probably do, because all of the sports ones he's done, from my knowledge, have happened.
He has a weird track record that really, it's strange. Some of the stuff that he really has said has super come to fruition. For example, he in 2016 said Kevin Durant will never win a title after he said Little B is a whack rapper. And then he goes, "You've now been cursed by the bass god." And he lost the NBA championship to the Golden State Warriors before jumping on the team. And then he never really got to win a championship because when they made it to the championship, they won. He was hurt.
Wait, are you talking about the Warriors?
Yeah, when he was on the Warriors.
Oh, he won. He didn't win the year he was hurt, but he won the 2 years prior.
Did he? No.
Yeah,
Well,
but
looks like the curse
thing
didn't
was
fully
that
work.
no, the curse was lifted though. Him and Durant had reconciled, and the curse had become lifted, so that's why he won.
Whoa! That's funny. That's really funny. I also am looking at another tweet from Little B said, "Did LeVar Ball really say something about Nas that was not of the highest respects concerning in hip hop? You have been warned. Hashtag cursed. Little B." Yeah.
Yeah, well, look at LeVar Ball now. Whoa.
Yeah, for real, for real. Some of these things are absolutely hilarious. Like, if we need to break down the idea that we keep saying, "Oh, here's Little B," because we just need to start actually playing Base God. We need to put some Little B on the air. I think that's what the people want to really hear. That's
I
what
don't
I
know
want to hear.
if he's really cracked that high on the charts these days, but Little B still has a place in my heart.
Yep, he is one of the most fascinating figures in this social media era. And I mean, long live the Base God. Am I right?
Of course.
Long live the Base God. 88.1 The Burg, your music central. We are coming into the end of the backyard burn. The fire's getting low, and your dogs are here first. Shane Dog Peterson and Noah Annette. And we are done for another day, giving you all of our nonsense. And we're going to go home and do our thing. Noah, you're already at home. You've already been having a great day. What else do you got going on?
Well, today is Thursday, so it is the day that I catch up on The Masked Singer because it's the day after the show, because Survivor and The Masked Singer are on at the same time. And I got to choose one, and I'd rather watch Survivor first because Masked Singer is pretty easy to just stream on stuff. So I'm just going to watch that. It's down to the final 4 for where I'm at. I mean, there's spoilers everywhere, still dodging them, but I will watch the finale of The Masked Singer next week at its regular scheduled time. So that'll be pretty interesting. But I have my own thoughts and opinions on who might win that, but I'll save that for next week.
We'll be getting another update from our TV expert, Noah. And guys, remember, I haven't even shouted this out in a while, but I wanted to make sure you all still remember you can get a hold of us at ShaneDog6 on Instagram. And if you want to get a hold of Noah, Mr. Noah_Annette on Instagram as well. And you can get a hold of us on all of our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at 881 The Burg. And you can also find us on YouTube. And don't forget it, I'm pumping it out every time. You got to get the app, folks. Listen anywhere, anytime. It's in the App Store. It's there for you. It was made with love by young Elliot, and it is an amazing tool for you to be able to get a hold of the Burg. So, again, thank you, guys. Be safe. Wash your hands. Practice social distancing. Love your neighbor. Be a good person.